Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the STF Conference 2017. Please welcome your host, Stephen Jardine.
Morning, everyone. Good to see you all here. Thank you very much indeed for coming this morning, and welcome to the Scottish Training Federation Annual Conference. I'm going to be your host for the next couple of days. My name's Stephen Jardine. I'm delighted to be back with you. I actually hosted this conference back in, I think it was 2012, and I was such a success, they sent me on a 5-year training course to come back and do it again. So let's see if I've got any better. Anyway, delighted to be with you in the lovely surroundings of Crieff Hydro, who always look after everyone so well here. As you know better than anyone, there's a lot happening in skills and training in Scotland right now. In the last 12 months, we've had the apprenticeship levy, the graduate level apprenticeships, the foundation apprenticeships, and the flexible workforce development fund coming soon. Fair Start Scotland, a consultation on the definition of an apprenticeship, and of course, questions around the employability fund as well. Will it continue in its present form? So given all that, our theme this year couldn't really be more relevant. For the next 2 days, our focus on the stage here is going to be what next for skills and training in Scotland. Specifically, what might the Scottish skills scene look like in the next few years? What are the opportunities? What are the threats out there? How can STF members best respond to the changes that are taking place so quickly, particularly changes around budget cuts? And coming up, we have a range of speakers on the stage here who will address these issues. We're also going to break out into seminars in other parts of the building here, and we'll have speed networking sessions as well to give you the opportunity to share your experiences and opinions, because that's really important over the next 2 days as well. You know what it's like actually out there, but also to find out as well about the specific initiatives taking place. This is your conference, so we want your feedback over the next couple of days on the issues. We looked at all the latest voting technology, spent a lot of time talking to Apple about their latest stuff in this sphere. Instead, decided to spend the money on the bar tonight and dinner, so we're going back to basics with our yes and no voting paddles. Again, you should have one at each of your seats. Let's put them to the test right now and just make sure this technology is actually working for us. A couple of easy warm-up questions. First, yes or no, is Donald Trump the greatest ever president of the United States? Let's have a look. How's it going there? Okay, yeah, worryingly, we've got about half a dozen yeses in there. We'll be speaking to you later about that. Second question, let's try this one. Is Great British Bake Off better on Channel 4? Yes or no? Wow, that's a division more or less right down the middle, I think. No, a few more no's, I think, a few more no's. Good news for the BBC there. Right, okay, so now we've got the hang of that. A couple of people still not managing to do it right, but we'll get there eventually. Some more serious questions for you. Yes or no on this? Modern apprenticeship contribution rates, are they too high and should they be lowered? Yes or no? That's a pretty clear no on that one. And secondly, the employability fund, should it continue in the next 12 months? Yes or no? And we've got 99%, I think, on yes on that one. So thanks very much for taking part in that. We'll do more snap votes like that through the day. More questions for you as well. You can also feed back to us, not just via those, but using Twitter as well. Our conference hashtag, and some of you have already been using it today, is STFConf17. That's the place to share your thoughts about anything you hear over the next 2 days. And on a lighter note, on Twitter as well, we want you to share what was your first ever paid job? Maybe a paper round, maybe it was a milk round, for me working in a bar. What was your first ever paid job? The hashtag is STFConf17. And second question as well, just in your own experience, what was the first record you bought? Now, we want you to be honest about this. First record you ever bought, think back, what was it? The Bee Gees, Bowie, the Birdie song, Mud, Tiger Feet, I've got to confess. So STFConf17. Remember, it's a live feed, so keep it clean, please, and we'll share some of these up on the big screen throughout the course of today. Also, during the proceedings here, if you could turn your phones to silent, please keep them on and interact with us via Twitter, but phones to silent. And one final thing, we've no fire drills scheduled over the course of the 2 days, so if the alarm sounds, just follow instructions from the staff and leave by the closest exits, or, as happened during the Accountancy Awards last year when it went off, just follow me, because I was the first one out of the Hilton in Glasgow when that happened, so I'll be going that way. Right, so to business, and as you know, we live in these gender-fluid times, so we've also taken a personality-fluid approach to the start of this morning's proceedings. To formally open the STF Conference 2017, please welcome not Stuart Leach, as it says in your brochure, but the Vice Chair of the Scottish Training Federation. Here's Ian McCulloch.